Hello, this is Bettina Cornwell in Sponsorship in Marketing, and we'll be talking about sponsor definitions. So I started with part of a definition here, and we'll think about this one and move forward. So sponsorship, of course, is the relationship between a brand wanting to probably utilize a partnership with a sport, art, entertainment cause as a property rights holder, and they enter into some kind of a relationship. So the definition of sponsoring begins as an investment in cash or in kind. So meaning it could be a financial investment, or it could be a product or service that's offered to the property in exchange for a relationship where they are able to use their logo and participate in their events and activities. So this relationship in cash and kind in a property in return for access to the exploitable commercial potential. Now, those are not my words, it's from a definition, and I'm not so keen on those. I'll take them out. For me, it's access to the potential of association for the sponsor as a brand and the property to work together. And it begins with a deal. So a deal is this contract that specifies how long they'll work together and how much will be invested. So the deal. A deal like the Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle that will be hosting NHL and WNBA teams by Amazon. And so that deal was written to say, we'd like to name this arena Climate Pledge in support of climate action, and we're going to put our name kind of in the back, but you know it's ours and you know we're doing it. And it might also create some goodwill. So a deal is this contract for a number of years with financial support to the arena and the value of this relationship coming back to Amazon in that instance. Okay, so the deal is also associated with leveraging. So leveraging is all of this spending in addition to the deal. So a deal at $1 million and then maybe leveraged with $2 million of additional spending. So a lot of people talk about activation. And I include activation as part of leveraging. The thinking here is that all of my spending is leveraging the deal that I've struck, but part of it is very much oriented to the individuals that might be involved. So communicating with them, engaging with them, a booth at an event, or perhaps a online quiz or a relationship where they're brought in to interact with the brand in a deeper way. So for me, this activation is a two-way communication where my leveraging may be, it's only one way. It's a thematically tied advertisement to my event activity, to my arena, but I don't really have people interacting. So those taken together for me are leveraging. You could refer to this as activational leveraging and then this non-activational leveraging. The point being, though, I have two buckets because as I measure and move forward over time, I'd like to know which of those is working, and probably want to invest more in the one that's working well into the future. Okay, then we need another term here, and that is the leverage ratio. I just mentioned the possibility of $1 million and $2 million. That would be a leveraging ratio of 2 to 1. There are leveraging ratios that are 1 to 1 or 3 to 1, but the idea is that whatever is in the deal, the additional spending is the leveraging, and this ratio could go actually very high. Some people say that a very tiny deal with a huge amount of leveraging, so 10 to 1, is actually a form of ambushing. At any rate, these things taken together, I call sponsorship-linked marketing. So this is the orchestration of the deal and the leveraging activation all together in the broader view of how this is integrated with the brand's portfolio, or also in keeping with the property. And so one last thing, why sponsorship? So I'm sometimes asked, why do I use the term sponsorship? And I use the term sponsorship to separate this idea out from many, many other partnerships. So sponsorship is a partnership, and I totally endorse the idea of this being referred to as a partnership. However, in clarity in marketing, there are so many types of partnerships, it would be confusing to just say this is a partnership in general, right? Because you have co-branding alliances, you have licensing agreements, but this is a very particular type of contract about a relationship over time, which is quite different from some of the other partnerships out there. So I persist in using the term sponsorship for clarity. But if these relationships work over time, they become partnerships. Okay, thank you. This has been Sponsorship in Marketing and Sponsorship Defined.